lot of people listening might be thinking, do I even need a financial advisor? Can't I just do this myself? Why do people benefit from having a financial advisor instead of doing everything themselves?
Yeah, so I think that's a common thought out there, and it really depends on your situation, which is not the best answer, but it's a lot of things. It depends on your situation, and what complexities come with that. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of the non numerical things that come into play too with your finances. So sure, a lot of people can just park money into their 401k or their traditional IRA, for example, and buy index funds, things like that. But then, for example, people may not think about, okay, when I take that out, it's all ordinary income versus balancing a Roth versus deductible traditional contribution approach, things like that. But I think overall, there's a few situations where someone may want to consider a financial advisor. Big life events, things like an inheritance, or if your compensation becomes more complex, like stock options or being self-employed. That's where our tax piece can come into play too, planning around that. And then I would say, most of all, having someone that can kind of take that piece out of your life and reduce that stress that you may have involving your investments or your retirement planning or things like that. Simplicity is great. So having one person in your life you can go to for things like that rather than trying to balance it all yourselves,
Mhm.
especially as you get further in life. People have families, they have kids, and their investment situation may become more complex or their income situation, things like that. So it doesn't hurt to have someone that's handling that for you. And there's probably a lot of better things you may want to do with your time than looking at what funds you're investing in or tax loss harvesting or Roth
Mhm.
conversions. That's things that we can do for people.
Yeah.